Hello, everybody, and welcome to Adobe Live. We're coming live to you from the land of the Aggarwal people and pay respects to elders past, present, and emerging. My name is Flynn. I'm very delighted to be joined once again by Anika Aggarwal. Hi, Anika. Happy Valentine's Day.
Hi, Flynn. Happy Valentine's Day. How are you celebrating today?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Hopefully, a late lunch with my wife, depending on how we get through all of our work commitments. So we're both, yeah, we've got that going on. But yeah, quick little cheeky little lunch, I think will be nice. What about you?
Love that. Yeah, the same. I'm gonna do a lunch as well.
Oh, perfect.
It's
There you go.
usually easier. Yeah.
Lunch is better than dinner. Like it's a whole deal. Yeah, get the
We're
lunch.
aging ourselves. Let's move on. Let's
Okay,
move
okay.
on.
No, we're young and cool and hip. We're here for Valentine's Day. It's great to be hanging out with you as always. We've got some great stuff planned, which I'm very excited for. So we'll just jump into it. We are live here on Behance and on YouTube as well. Happy Valentine's Day. Hearts in the chat. Let's see it. But Anika, should we do a quick little intro before we jump in to everything today?
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for having me again, Flynn. I'm excited to be here on Adobe Live once again from APAC. My name is Anika. If you've never been here on Adobe Live before or on YouTube, I'm a brand strategist, designer, and Adobe Express ambassador. I love working with brands and small businesses, so that's what I do in my everyday. And I also create videos for YouTube, which is new for me this year. And actually, to hold me accountable, we talked about this in my last stream, and I did post a video on YouTube. So we're on track for 2025.
Oh, great.
Um, yeah, and if you want to reach out to me and find me on the internet, I'm anika.fyi, anika.fyi, and you can find me and all my links on there. But yeah, let's dive into things for today, Flynn, shall we?
Yep, let's do it. Ready to go. We'll have to get that link for your latest video as well, and we'll share that somewhere.
Yeah, it's just on my YouTube. So if you go to anika.fyi, you'll find my YouTube
Oh,
there.
perfect. Perfect. Okay,
Yeah.
great. Let's do it.
Awesome. So if you can see my screen, that's the website I was talking about. But today we're talking about bulk create in Adobe Express. But before we dive into it, I want to talk a little bit about how you can also achieve that in various apps. If you're a creative professional and if you've been using all of the Adobe flagship apps for a while, you know that variables and such exist in Adobe Illustrator. And I actually did an Adobe live stream about how to create this affirmation deck using variables in Illustrator last year.
Mm.
So today, let's jump into what to expect. It's something similar to creating variations of one design, but this year we're doing it in Adobe Express, and I'm excited and delighted to share that I have a teaser video, which is
Oh,
exciting. So you might hear some music,
oh, great.
um, but let's play and see what we have in store and what we're going to create today.
Very cool. I like the zoom, the zoom in.
Yeah, that's the Instagram
Yeah, I
trick.
recognize it. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah. So this is what we're creating. These are love coupons. Everybody's created them. We've seen it. They're cheesy and a variation of Valentine's Day. But today we're making something for self-care because why not? So I created this in Adobe Express and we're gonna do that today as well. So I used some coupons here pre-built in Adobe Express. So let's see how you can find them in case you don't like this shape. So I'm going to start with this blank space here and look for coupon and see what comes up. So there are a lot of coupons that you can use, but
Yeah,
specifically if you wanted Valentine's Day coupons, I am not sure. Maybe this one is something similar. Yeah, these are some colors.
right.
But of course, you can change all of those colors as well. Honestly, I like muted pastel tones for something like this because it prints easier. It's a higher contrast for the text on top, and it's like it lasts forever. The colors never fade, and you can just be you can go anywhere with it. So we have all of these coupons in here. So you can go ahead and pick and choose whatever you like. Maybe you like this kind of shape, you can go over here and find. And in case you're on the free version of Adobe Express, you can check the free mark here and find all the free coupons as well. I kind of like this shape as well because it's kind of offbeat and not not really what you would expect. So
It's a
it's
bit different.
different and
Yeah.
you can customize it. I think that's what I love about Adobe Express too, that you can customize it. Even if you don't like these shapes, you can customize it. So why don't we actually add one of these and show how everyone can add? Let's add this one. I'm gonna do add as pages. So I don't have to go anywhere other than my current project. It adds the template as a different page in this current project. And then I can go in here and change the position, opacity, and animation as well. In this case, this is a shape. So I can just go ahead and change the color. Let's go to custom and then maybe in the spirit of Valentine's Day, let's do something like this. I'm going to change the background color to black so you can see the colors better. Oh, why didn't that change? Oh, there's a shape on top. That's
Yeah.
didn't
It's always
expect
interesting
that.
sometimes when you get a template, like how people create templates,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah. Oh, and how do you oh, it wasn't even set to background. Okay. So we have this color that I did, and then you can simply just change the slider to change the hue, and you have various colors. And this is similar where you give a coupon to someone, like maybe your children, and you're creating something for your kids, and they earn game time or they sit next to a friend. Again, like I said, very cheesy, I know, but the feature that we are focusing on is bulk create. I love using that feature. So let's go into this template that I created. Again, this is a shape. We can go to effects and I added a duotone effect. You can change that color over here. So maybe you wanted to make it darker or lighter. You can change the hue from here, but I'm going to leave that as is because that's the template that I'm using that I created just to save some time. And then as we go on the stream, we will also show how to print this template out and how you can export that PDF file for print with print marks as well from all within Adobe Express. So how do we do it? So essentially the idea is if we can actually show this, the idea is to essentially create something like this.
Uh-huh.
And it says this one title, which is the descriptor, and then a tagline underneath it. So essentially, this is self care. So you can put it in any format. This is just a coupon that I'm creating. But perhaps you wanted to put it on like a stand, which is maybe your phone stand, and you want to repeat, like change it every day. You can do that as well.
Oh
And you
yeah.
don't necessarily have to choose this shape, right? Flynn, how do you feel about generating something for our creation today? Why
Yeah,
not use
sure.
AI to create the descriptors?
Yeah, why not? Let's do
Um,
it. It's always fun to see
right?
what the
Because
results are.
I can't really generate all of this in 5 minutes, but we're all about using AI in our workflow to make it better and easier for us.
Yep.
So let's say ChatGPT is an expert at making witty and short, or let's say concise, um, one-liners for Valentine's Day, if I can spell correctly, coupons. Okay. And I also want to be descriptive in the sense where I say that these are for self-care instead of for someone else. And maybe I want to say that I want you to write a self-care coupon, maybe. This is all experimental. I haven't done this
Right.
because the ones that I already have that I cooking showed it were the ones that I wrote. But we're just finding what happens when this is all live. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Um, I hope it does a good job. Descriptor. Maybe this would go. Make I want to do make them short, to the point. Um, okay, and give me 20 variations. Okay, cross your fingers. I
Have
don't
you
know
ever
what's gonna
used the
happen.
microphone version? Like use the
I
dictation?
have.
Because it's quite funny
Yeah.
because we're live. You could have just kind of pressed the button and said
Yeah.
it. But it's
Yeah,
interesting
I'm
because you
not too sure.
say differently to how you would type, right? I do
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Um,
Not
that
bad.
actually would have been a good idea, but this is actually a good result because it gives me almost what I expected it to. Because the reason that I wrote short twice is because I know that ChatGPT gives you a lot of like garbled information, and I don't really want that.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna say now rewrite it into a shorter, concise manner with no formatting so that I can copy paste it. So essentially, why I'm doing this is because I want to use an Excel sheet or a CSV file that I can input into Adobe Express with the text fields that I already have built in there. So if
Right.
I go back to Adobe Express, these are some text fields that I created as the template, which is self care coupon and then smells like self care, which is just a descriptor text. So I went to ChatGPT and asked for all this information. And then now I'm saying, don't give me formatting so I can actually go to an Excel sheet and copy paste this information and waste less time. And I think this is actually good because it says quiet time quota, recharging, and I can change that as I go if I don't like something.
Yeah.
So if you're the one watching and if you wanted to save some time and I didn't want to think about it, for instance, this is a self-care coupon and I don't necessarily want to know what my self-care coupon is going to say tomorrow, I can just use AI to do that and then be surprised when I open it. Um, so I talk about the Excel sheet, right? But we haven't really shown you what the Excel sheet looks like. So we generated two things, self-care coupon and a description.
Hmm.
So here are some things that we were talking about and were also generated, some similar things were generated, but maybe I want to do a digital detox and then maybe you want to wear your favorite clothes and then midday nap and buy yourself flowers, something similar. So I put this in an Excel sheet that I'm now going to export as a CSV file, which is just a comma separated value. You can do that by, I'm just using Google Sheets, but of course, if you have Excel, you can use that as well or any other sheet app. I can go to download and then go to .csv and it saves this file here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the bulk create option here and it says import your data. So the first thing that it asks you to do is upload your CSV file to create the pages. Now this CSV file has to have the same amount of information or text boxes or text areas that you want to replace. So essentially, I'm going to drag and drop my CSV file. This is the CSV file, love tokens self01, and then click the next button. Now, the next step is setting up elements, and it says select and map elements to columns. So there's one description and one self-care coupon. So let's go here. I think these are already mapped, so I'm going to delete that. I'm going to go self-care coupon, click on connect element, and then select the first column because the first column was the title in this case. And then I'm going to select the second text box, click on connect, and then click on description. Now, all of everything is linked. We had two columns in the CSV file and two text areas. So now we click on next and we have the variations that
Yeah, it's
were.
great.
Yeah,
And
like it literally.
does
Sorry, go ahead.
Express like fix our formatting a little bit? So I'm noticing like digital detox is only two words, right? But wear your
Yeah.
favorite outfit, it seems to have kept it center and
Yes.
shrunk the text size down to kind of fit.
Mm.
Does that fit to the bounding box that you determined, or is it
You're absolutely right. And I
okay?
was gonna show that, which is why I didn't actually edit the bounding box initially. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna hit cancel to see and try and see if I can fix that error. Now I am extending this bounding box and this if I move my cursor, hold it to the right, it's extending it, and if I move it to the left, it's decreasing it. So let's move that and put it to the bounds of the text where I want it. And maybe I want it to be slightly leave some margin, right? And then this has a bigger one, so maybe I can move that smaller, like so. And then I'm gonna do the same thing. I do have the CSV file, and then I'm gonna click next. In this case, it is connected, and then I'm gonna click next. And this time, it's much more nicer. It's much more pleasing. It retains the bounding box. Similar to, again, if you've used InDesign before, you know that you can do that in InDesign as well. So this is a similar concept, and I love that Adobe apps maintain that throughout, even the UI and the functionality. And now it remains inside that bounding box. So that's pretty cool. Thank you for asking me that.
Hmm. That's
We
cool. I
have,
like it.
yeah, this makes your life easier because you don't have to manually go in and change all of this. Now, I do see that this is much larger in comparison to the title, so I may still need to do some changes. But for now, I think that's fine. We can go ahead and make those edits later. But as you can see, there are like multiple colors in here, right? So maybe we can pick another color and do this. So this is a very specific use case where I have three different colors and want to create something out of a template for this page that I want to create, right? So let's go here and I'm going to replace this background image. So I can make like a pink coupon and I'll send it to back. You can see that in the layers panel. I used a shortcut for that, which is just command or control and the left square bracket. I'm going to remove this purple color and then maybe change these colors to pink as well. So let's go here. Color pick perhaps this color and then we'll make it darker. Yep. And then this time around, I'm going to go back to my sheets and click on self O2 at the bottom here. And this has four different things. I'm going to do the same process and I'm doing this on purpose just so it's easier for you guys watching because sometimes things seem easy, but when you're connecting elements, it just goes over your head because I say this from experience. When this feature was first released, it took me like 3 tries to get it right because
Right.
it was still in the beta and then things were still like working themselves out. And yeah, it just takes time. So this time, let's drag the second file here, click on next. It did get those elements because this is the same page that we were using that we used in our previous sheet. And it also had the same descriptors here on top, self-care coupon and description. So it makes my life easy if I use the same thing. Now, in an ideal world scenario, I of course want to create a copy of the old one, but it's fine since this is just a template. I'm going to click next. And this gives me all of the 4 variations, right? Click on
Cool.
create pages and I have 8 variations now. And that's pretty cool. Although, why not create all three at once?
Right. Okay.
So this is an interesting hack, I would say, that I came across with while I was creating this for this demo. And I thought, I want 3 different colors, and I don't necessarily have 6 or 8 different fields. I only have 2 columns. So, how do I solve this problem of having 6 pages but only 2 columns, right? Sorry, not pages, 6 templates that I want to bulk create and only 2 columns to replace those. So
Right.
instead of the 6, because there are 3 colors, I decided to make this template, which is the second variation that we're going to talk about today, which has 3 different colors and 6 different text areas. So let's actually go ahead and fix the bounding boxes here. And then this one should be good. Yeah. So we're going to do the exact same thing, except this time around, I went to this sheets file and copy pasted all of these in 2 different columns.
Right.
So it's going to be a compound of, think of it as this is coupon 1, this is coupon 2. When I say 1 and 2, it's just colors, and then coupon 3. So what I'm going to do is these are 6 text boxes that can be replaced in Adobe Express. I'm going to download this file as this sheet as a comma separated value. And I'm going to go back here and click on bulk create. This time I'm going to put in all 3 here, .csv, and click on next. It did pick up all of these because self-care coupon and the descriptions are the same. And then I go back. I'm going to actually delete this just because I want to make sure that I pick the right one. I'm going to click the first text box and click on connect element. And over here, I've put in markers so that the information does not get lost and it maps correctly. So I'm going to go self-care coupon 1 and then select the descriptor, select the second one. Isn't this cool? I actually
Pretty cool.
stumbled upon this idea. I was like, maybe I should do something like this and see if that works.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. And you talk about it's like a niche case, but actually when you're doing bulk things, like it does actually make a lot of sense. Like old mail merge in InDesign, it reminds me of quite a lot. And because you can definitely run into roadblocks. Like it's like, oh, this will work great if I could only just do this. So yeah, this is quite an interesting solution to this multicolor problem.
Yeah, because I have come across this before as well, where I'm creating invites, but they're not necessarily for the same kind of people. Like if you're creating something for a wedding party and your bride's party has a different color and a groom's party is a different color,
Yeah.
you have essentially the same content but different titles and names and addresses. But the color is also different. So there's like multiple variable values that you want to change. So I think in that use case, this is a good option as well. Whereas with like other things as well, I can probably create like business cards, for instance, like managers have a different business card title or like a different logo or an icon there, and then maybe using a different image on the background. So something like that has like a lot of use case in this scenario.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna click next and see what happens. That's actually pretty cool. That is so pleasing because now I don't have to go ahead and change anything. And now I have all of this to go, and I'm going to click create pages. Actually, what I'm going to do is actually delete all these pages as well. In the pages view, makes your life super easy. And then I can just click the trash icon. I don't need them anymore. And I have all of this ready to go. Now, what happens when you want to print this? Because this wastes a lot of space around. And honestly, I could have done the six, but I didn't want to mix and make it more complex for myself. So I just stuck with the three colors I had because I could make variations. So what I'm going to do is copy all of this and actually make a duplicate of this page. And then this is sort of manual because we saved a lot of time before. You're gonna have to use your time somewhere, right?
Right.
So we're gonna have to make this manually, but we're gonna do that for like a couple pages just to demonstrate how easy that is as well. And honestly, don't care about the colors. It's fine. And then once you're done placing it, you can delete the background and you're ready to go. Now this essentially will be what will be printed, and you can go ahead and resize it to the page size that you have in your country. Of course, this varies to A4, or if you're using letter size. For me, it's letter. I'm in Canada. But if you're in any other country where you use A4 size or a different size for printer paper, you can change that over here as well. As a practice, I would group this and then possibly align this to middle and center. We are now aligned. For those of you who've used Adobe Express before, the align panel used to be here, but now it's here. Don't get confused. It's still there.
Right.
Align still exists. It's just ease of access because everything is here, just better UI, I guess. So you have this now, and what I want to do as a next step is share this. Right? Obviously, there are some errors here in formatting which we didn't change. And I also copied the template on the left side, but that's fine. And we're just gonna click on download to show you how you can download a PDF file. So I want to do selected page. Yes, that's true. And then you can change a file format over here as well. Now, if you wanted, you could do PNG as well, but we want to do PDF print, which is obviously best for printing. And then Adobe Express prompts you and says include bleed and crop marks for easier trimming. I'm going to do both of those. In this case, it might not be as effective because these are already way off the sides, but I'm going to download that and see how that looks. I wonder if I can open that file in my browser. Let's see.
Yeah, should be able to. PDF.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. It's interesting. So with the crop marks and bleed marks, I haven't seen that before because usually when we're talking about Express, we're talking about delivering digital
yeah,
assets most of the time.
yeah.
So that's quite interesting to have things printed out. And I assume the crop marks and the bleed marks are going to be on the outside of the page, not for the items that you're going to be slicing up, presumably with a metal ruler and sharp blade. So that's going to be interesting.
That's exactly it. There you go. This is the PDF, which essentially this, I don't know if you can see it, but we have the trim marks here at the end.
Yeah.
So it's not essentially, like I said, because this is very in the center of the page, it doesn't really affect us in this use case, but it is a functionality if you're creating something like business cards and you're leaving a margin at the side and you're printing edge to edge. For those scenarios, like if I wanted to make this bigger and make it something like so, then that would be useful.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So
or
let's
any color bleeding off the edge. Like it'll
exactly.
come in handy.
Yeah. So actually, why don't we do that? So I'm gonna do this. It might change the shape of the thing in this case of the coupon, but let's say it was just rectangles in your case. I'm gonna download that just to show you how that looks. Of course, this is not what you should do if this is your shape, But I will say though, these circles gave me a hard time trimming and cutting on paper. This was a task in itself.
Oh
I
yeah,
created this
doing a
coupon.
perfect semicircle is tough to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that. Happy thoughts.
When I used to do
Ne-
that, I used to find that actually cutting on an angle was a lot easier with a really nice sharp pair of scissors
mhm.
instead of a blade.
Yeah. I did the same exact thing.
Yeah,
All right. So this is exactly what I meant. This was our first PDF file that we exported, and this is a second where it shows you where to cut.
yeah,
And that's pretty cool. So you can just use like one of those paper cutters with the like blade at the side, which slides across the scale, or you can use like whatever cutter you use. I don't know.
yeah.
But
Cool.
yeah, that's pretty much it. I do want to showcase how much time we have, Flynn.
A couple more minutes. Yeah, if you want to show one more thing, I think we've got time for that.
Okay, why don't we go ahead and make a template out of this? So people watching, we can put that in the comments on YouTube after the fact. And then maybe if you wanted to download this template on for yourself, you can do that and maybe use this as just a fun thing. Maybe I can use this one coupon that I created. Let's just do the template for now. It's fine. So, this is essentially just a demo how you can create a template and how people can view your file. So, click on the share button and you can click on make a template, or you can also do a view only link. So, if you're doing this with clients, you can either do view only links for your iteration. So, if you click on that, you can choose. It shows you all the pages. That's interesting. I thought you could choose the page that you wanted to share.
Hmm.
Um, so in this case, you share the whole file with a view only link. But if I wanted to make a template, you can select the page here. So I'm
Right.
going to do this one. And no, this is not where I want to go. I want to create a public link. So I'm going to deselect all the other ones here. It's going to take a second. Sorry. How do I scroll? Oh, interesting. That's, yeah, sorry. I'm just finding things as we go. So I'm gonna undo this here. Forgot to show spoilers, so we'll keep that for the end. And then you click create template link, and that's gonna create a public template link that people can use. I can actually put that on my Instagram if people want to share and on the YouTube stream
Oh,
after.
cool. Yeah.
So yeah, while that's creating, I do want to showcase the actual cards that we saw a little bit of
Oh, yeah.
earlier.
Great.
So these were the actual cards that I printed out. You can see some of these. You have like,
That's a lot of trimming as well. That's a lot of cutting
yeah,
things out.
yeah, yeah. But these are fun to create. I actually might use them because I have them on this little keychain thing and I can use them whenever I want. And
Yeah.
like maybe I want to do like something similar, but for drawing prompts, I've lately been journaling and sketching. So
Oh,
maybe
cool.
I'll do that instead. But here's a link. I can copy it and show you how that looks in the browser. So if you're using Adobe Express, you can actually use this as a template and remix that from right over here, this button on top. Yeah, I think that kind of marks the end of the stream with these spoilers. These spoilers are nothing but a design that I created before. And so it would have been easier if I thought about this before I printed it. But these are some designs that I created earlier just to showcase how you can do that in Adobe Express.
Oh, it's so cool. Yeah, I like that you've added the like a little bit more like copy on the side and stuff like that to kind of
Mhm.
fill it out. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
awesome.
wait, didn't I do that on the? Oh, no, I forgot everything. I forgot my plan.
No, that's all right. It still looked good, but it adds a little bit extra, right?
Yeah.
Like you've got the kind of
Yeah.
love token self care in all of them, um, which is cool. It's very good.
Yeah. If you wanted, you could also change this text. Perhaps if you're making this for your Valentine, you can change this for you, I guess.
Yeah.
Love token for you. I guess that would be the descriptor. But I kind of like adding these on the side because it kind of takes away, but also points to the design in the center. So
Yeah.
that's pretty fun. But yeah, I think that concludes our Valentine's Day stream.
Our Valentine's Day stream. Well, there you go. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day, Annika, as well.
Happy Valentine's Day.
If I do this,
Maybe
my
the
camera
hearts will
might
pop
do
up.
the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yours did. I'm on my
Yeah.
PC. Duh.
Um,
Um, But yeah, lovely
Don't
hanging out
worry,
with
we did
you.
it for the both of us.
Yeah,
There were
thank
too many
you.
hearts.
And the audience, of course. Thank you, everybody, for
Yeah.
watching and hanging out. Hope you have a fantastic February the 14th. And thanks, Anika, as well, for like such an informative stream. So a bit of fun. And also we learned a few things. And is that not a perfect stream? I think it is.
Perfect recipe for a perfect stream on a perfect Valentine's Day.
I think so. I agree. And I hope you have a fantastic lunch. And I hope I do too. And yeah, happy
Yeah.
Valentine's Day. We'll see you next time.
Happy Valentine's Day. Bye,
Bye, everyone.
everyone.